Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Ruth, and I'm one of the nanas from Preston New Road in Blackpool. Nanas, you don't have to be a nana to be a nana, and you don't even have to be female to be a nana, because we do have some honorary nanas who are male. But 80% of the anti-fracking movement is actually female. So, right, Preston New Road. So we've got nanas everywhere. We've got them in Australia, we've got them in America. We've got, because that's basically where fracking is, we're against fracking. We are totally 1,000,000% against fracking in a non-violent, direct action kind of way. Because you know what it's like, your nana always had the best stories, best things to do. She always had the more fun time when you go to your nanas, don't you? And also we can make cakes and cookies and things like that. So down at Preston New Road at the moment, I don't know if anyone's been past it at all in Blackpool, but we have a rig. We have a horrible, horrible rig sat on the side of the road. People seem to think that that's just it, one rig, it's finished. The government, what's he called? Francis Egan, who is in charge of Chorley, has said that this area, North Lancashire itself, will be the largest fracking field in Europe. It will be the largest gas field in Europe. They don't want one rig, they want 3,000 rigs. And to get those 3,000 rigs on, they need 300 pads. And a pad is the size of a football pitch. So they come in and they take over the size of a football pitch. Then they put 10 wells on each one, and they're going to do that 300 times, because to create the gas that they've promised, they need to drill 3,000 wells. The wells go down, the one we've got at the minute goes down 2,000 metres, and then it goes out into the land. And if I can pretend I'm a belly dancer, although I'm nowhere near as good as those ladies were, but it goes down into the ground and then it goes out horizontally. So when people say that we've had fracking for a long time, we haven't. We've had conventional oil drilling, but we haven't had hydraulic fracturing. And the difference is the wells go straight down, but when it goes out into the land, that's hydraulic fracturing. So it goes out and it goes out 15 times each well can be fracked. So it's going out this way and then it goes on top of it. It blasts the gas, blasts the shale rock underneath, leaving whatever to bring the gas out and leaving the space behind. To get them to do that, they have explosions that go down, and then they send down our fresh, clean drinking water, which they turn into slick water, which is full of chemicals. They say that they're the chemicals you can have under your kitchen sink and in your bathroom, but I don't know about you, but I would not let any child in my house drink the fluids that I keep under my sink at all. Or in the bathroom for that matter. They also add other things to it. It's called biocides, which effectively means that it'll kill off any cells in the body. And we're all made up of cells, aren't we? Trillions and trillions of cells. So that's what they're doing at the minute. The slick water goes down. It stays. Chorley, the company that's working on Preston New Road, say that 60% of the water, they have no idea what happens to it when it gets into the ground. None whatsoever. 40% will be brought back as toxic waste. This water can never, ever, ever be used again. It's got stuff that's left in the earth. It's got radium. It's got, radioactive waste. It's got radioactive stuff that's in the rocks. It's been there for centuries because that's where it's safe to keep it all. They're going to bring it back up in water, and then they're going to take it somewhere else. When we spoke to the Environment Agency, they said they don't know where it's going to be processed. They have no idea, because they don't know what's going to be in it. They don't know how it's going to react with the chemicals and what's in the ground. So they don't know where it's going to go. They did do some fracking at Barton Moss, and the company there tipped it in the Manchester Ship Canal. So the wastewater just got thrown in the Manchester Ship Canal, but that didn't get reported either. So, should I put my glasses on? Oh, just a minute. There they are. Right, so what we've got is we need your help. We 1,000,000% need your help. Starting on the 1st of April, Chorley can, because they won't tell us when they're going to do this, they can start putting the chemicals into the ground. If we can get about 50 people a day there, don't tell the police lady, that the site gets shut down for the day and they can't work. So our aim is to stop the trucks from coming in and stop work happening in a non-violent way. completely non-violent, because, you know, white, don't want to get roughed up. It's difficult to keep clean, isn't it? So you don't have to wear white either. We've got like layers and layers of thermals, and you can wear whatever you like, really. Just keep yourself warm while you're down there. So we've got 3 months, April, May, June, and we're starting on the Tuesday. We've got the leaflets over there with Pat. She's got everything over there. And we're starting with 100 women walk, which is my sash. And we need 100 women in white to come down and help us do the walk. We've got all sorts of entertainment going on. We've got food provided, because your Nana's very good at making lunchtime things. It's all vegan or vegetarian, so there's no meat involved. This is very environmentally conscious. But we need you to come down. We also need anybody who's got access to any large companies, like National Trust, or that can come down, that have already said they're anti-fracking. The National Trust have said they're anti-fracking, but we need them to come down and actually stand there. We've got celebrities that say they're anti-fracking, but we need them to come down and stand there. If you know any celebrities, please, can you get them to come down and stand there? We've got Vivienne Westwood, but I think we need the younger generation, sort of like the YouTubers and people like that. So if you know anyone like that, we really need them to come down and stand with us. So we've got 3 months of it. We've got artists, we've got the Labour, we've got the Green Party, we've got unions, and it's all been organised to make sure that every day there is something going on for those 5 days of the week to stop. And our aim is to stop it, because once they've done the frack, once they're in the land, we're finished. As in, Lancashire is finished. If you have your food from Lancashire, once there's a toxic spill, and they say Lancashire farmers, Lancashire cheese, Lancashire milk, we're finished. Does anybody remember when they did it with the German wine had pesticides in it? It was a long time ago, but still people remember it. It doesn't take long to set up something like that, so we're finished on the land if we can't get it stopped now. What else did I have to say? Or is that it? Oh, the flaring, yes. They bring the gas off, but the gas they burn off. The sound of the rig is just a little bit louder than a jet engine. So that's not too bad if you've got a few of them round near where you live. You don't want a jet engine going whilst you're going to sleep. Where the frack rigs are in America and Australia, they've got high levels of lung conditions because of the gas that they're all burning off. So basically, it's come and join us. Please come and join us. Don't believe anything I say. Read it up. Go and have a look. There's loads of information out there. It's scary, so don't read it just before you go to bed, because it does get quite scary. So, earthquake. Did anyone notice the earthquake the other day? The epicentre was traced back to Prestonby Road, where they've just started the drilling to go out. The 1.25 miles. And our water, our fresh, clean drinking water, on one last note, there are 1.5 million people live in Lancashire. Go Lancashire. And United Utilities say in a year, those 1.5 million people will drink the equivalent of 243 Olympic swimming pools. That's just our basic water. That's without them saying it's summer, hosepipe ban, you've got no water. That's not including industry either, the people use it for industry. For the fracking industry to operate for 1 year, and they work for 10 years at each site, for 1 year they will use 1,215 Olympic pools of fresh, clean drinking water. We don't have enough water. The next war will be the blue war. It will be about water. So have a think when you're going around your daily business, having a shower. You can't have a shower. You can't wash your pots. You can't drink it, you can't eat it, you can't swim in it, you can't give it to your animals. What can you do with water that's full of chemicals, toxins, poisons, and radioactive waste? So have a think about that, and then please come and join us, because we really, really, really need boots on the ground. Just come along. You don't have to, the media will say you're being arrested. You're not. Just come along. We're not swamped. I have brushed my hair for you today. I did have a shower. I want you to know that. So please just come along and stand with us and help us out. Thank you very much.
Can I just add to that? You've got like these events coming up. by all means post them in Chorley's International Women's Day page on Facebook. If anybody that's got anything going on that has been here today,